and my daughter demanded I give her my house or lose the grandkids. So I made just one call. Sign the house over, Dad. Today. My daughter Jennifer stood in my living room, the room where I'd rocked her to sleep 38 years ago, holding a folder thick with documents. Or you won't see Emma and Lucas again. I looked at those papers, looked at her face. Then I picked up my phone and made one call. Took maybe 40 seconds. When I set it down, her expression told me she knew something had just changed. What she didn't know was that call had been planned for 3 weeks. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what time it is where you are now. My name's Thomas Brennan. I'm 71 years old, widower for 4 years, retired union electrician. This house has been mine for 43 years. Paid it off in 2009. Jennifer showed up on a Tuesday morning, didn't call first, just knocked, waited for me to open the door, then walked past me into the kitchen like she owned the place. We need to talk about your living situation. Not, "Hi, Dad," not, "How are you feeling?" Just straight to business. I was pouring coffee. Second cup of the morning. The first one had gone cold while I was reading the paper. "My living situation is fine," I said. She set her purse on the counter. Designer bag. Probably cost more than my monthly pension. "Brad and I have been discussing it. This house is too much for you." Brad, her husband, investment banker. The kind of guy who says, "We should circle back," instead of, "Let's talk later." I manage fine. "Dad, you're 71. This is a 4-bedroom house with a 1/4-acre yard. The property taxes alone." "I pay my property taxes?" "That's not the point." She opened her folder. Spreadsheets, color-coded. "The point is, you're sitting on a $340,000 asset. That's inefficient." Inefficient. My home. The place where I'd carried my wife across the threshold in 1981. Where we'd raised Jennifer and her brother Michael. Where Linda died in our bedroom 4 years ago, holding my hand while hospice nurses moved quietly in the hallway. Inefficient. "Brad ran the numbers," Jennifer continued. "With your pension and Social Security, you could easily afford a nice assisted living facility, 1-bedroom apartment, meals included, activities. You'd have less to worry about." "I don't want less to worry about." "And we could use the equity. The kids need college funds. Emma's already 10. We're behind on saving." There it was. "So you want me to sell my house to fund your kids' education?" "Don't make it sound mercenary, Dad. We're family. This is smart financial planning. You downsize, get care when you need it, and the money helps the grandchildren. Everyone benefits." I sipped my coffee. "I benefit by losing my home. You'd be gaining security, and we'd handle everything. The realtor, the move, finding you a good facility. You wouldn't have to do anything except sign." She slid a document across the counter. Power of attorney. Her name already filled in. "This would make the transition smoother. Let me manage the sale, the accounts, everything. One signature, Dad. That's all it takes." I looked at that paper, looked at my daughter, her mother's eyes, Linda's cheekbones, but the expression was pure Brad. Corporate efficiency, problem-solving, optimizing assets. I'll think about it. Her jaw tightened. We need an answer this week. Brad found a facility in Riverside with an opening. It won't last. Then I guess someone else will get it. Dad, I said I'll think about it. She left 20 minutes later. Didn't finish her coffee. Told me she'd be back Friday for my decision. I sat at that kitchen table for an hour after she left. Same table where I'd helped Jennifer with her homework, where we'd had pancake breakfasts every Sunday morning, where Linda and I had done our taxes, planned vacations, argued about money, and made up over wine. $340,000. That's what my life had been reduced to. Square footage times market value divided by bedroom count. I opened my laptop, started going through files. The down payment on Jennifer's house, $85,000. I'd taken it from the savings Linda and I had earmarked for a trip to Ireland. After the cancer, we never made that trip. Jennifer knew that. She'd been at the lawyer's office when I signed over the check. Hugged me, said it meant everything. That was 6 years ago. The wedding, $43,000. Linda was already sick by then, but she'd insisted. Only daughter getting married. Has to be special. We'd paid for the venue, the catering, the open bar, the photographer, the flowers, everything except the honeymoon. Brad's parents covered that. Napa Valley, 10 days. Michael's wedding 2 years later cost $8,000. Backyard ceremony. Linda was gone by then. Jennifer didn't come. Said Emma had a soccer tournament. Business loan, $28,000. Brad's investment opportunity, some kind of consulting LLC. He'd pitched it over Thanksgiving dinner. Guaranteed returns. Ground floor opportunity. Just needed startup capital. The LLC dissolved 14 months later. I never saw a payment. Car payment. Jennifer's Lexus, $520 a month. Been covering that for 3 years. The original plan was 6 months, just until they stabilized after Emma's birth. That was $18,720. Private school tuition, St. Catherine's Academy, $2,400 a month during the school year. Started helping with that 2 years ago when Brad's firm restructured his compensation package. $19,200 a year. 2 years so far. Emma's braces, $6,800. Lucas's speech therapy, not covered by insurance, $340 a week for 18 months. That's $26,520. The roof repair emergency, $8,400. Jennifer called on a Friday, hysterical. Leak in the master bedroom, contractor needed payment up front. Could I wire the money? She'd pay me back when Brad's bonus came through. Never saw that money again. The bonus apparently went to a necessary trip to Cabo. I opened my banking app, scrolled back. Months became years. $12,200 car insurance. Just this once, Dad. $850 HOA dues. We're a little short this month. $2,100 property tax. The escrow account got messed up. $3,400. Emergency vet bill. Their dog ate something. Golden retriever named Murphy. I'd never met Murphy. $950. Dance costumes and competition fees for Emma. $1,680. Lucas's birthday party. Bounce house, caterer, magician. $200. Unexpected medical bills. No details, on and on. A steady hemorrhage of help that had somehow become obligation. I added it up. Took 3 hours with a legal pad and calculator. Cross-referenced bank statements. Double-checked dates. $247,309. $250,000. Give or take a few hundred. That's what I'd given Jennifer in 9 years. Since Linda got diagnosed. Not loaned, given, because she never paid any of it back. Never even discussed paying it back. The requests just kept coming, and I kept saying yes because she was my daughter, and because after Linda died, Jennifer and those grandkids were my family. Or so I thought. I tried to remember the last time Jennifer visited just to visit, not to ask for money, not to drop the kids off for babysitting, just to check on her old man. Christmas, maybe. She'd stayed for dinner, 2 hours, had to leave early because Brad's parents were expecting them for dessert. Before that, Easter. Brought the kids to an egg hunt I'd set up in the backyard. Left right after. Emma had a play date. I counted the visits for last year. 7 times. Average stay, 90 minutes. Phone calls, on the other hand, came monthly. Sometimes twice a month. They always started the same way. "Hi, Dad. How are you?" 20 seconds of pleasantries. Then, "So, I need to ask you something." I pulled up my text messages, scrolled through Jennifer's thread. "Can you watch the kids Saturday? Emergency came up? Dad, car payment didn't go through. Can you cover it this month? Emma needs new cleats. Can you Venmo $80? Having people over tomorrow. Can you pick up a few things at Costco? I'll send you the list." I scrolled back 2 years. Found the string of messages from the week Linda died. Jennifer. "Thinking of you today, Dad?" Me. "Thank you, honey. Today's been hard." 8 hours passed. Jennifer. "Also, can I ask a favor? Do you still have Mom's jewelry? Emma's getting old enough for some nice pieces." The day Linda died. 8 hours after I'd texted that I was struggling. She'd asked about the jewelry. I sat there looking at my phone until the screen went dark. Then I called my lawyer. Friday came. Jennifer showed up at 10 a.m. Sharp. Brad was with her this time. He shook my hand. Firm grip. Eye contact. "Tom, good to see you." Nobody calls me Tom. I'm Thomas. My friends call me Tommy. Brad knows this. "Coffee?" I asked. "We're fine," Jennifer said. She was already setting up at the kitchen table. Laptop, documents, that same folder from Tuesday. Brad sat across from me. Suit and tie. On a Friday morning. "Thomas," he said, "Jennifer mentioned you had some concerns about the transition plan. I thought it might help if I walked you through the financials." He opened a spreadsheet on Jennifer's laptop, turned it so I could see. Current property value $340,000. After realtor fees and closing costs, you'd net approximately $310,000. Now, the facility we're looking at in Riverside runs $3,800 a month, but that includes meals, housekeeping, transportation, activities. Much better value than maintaining this place. He clicked to another page. Your current expenses run about $2,100 monthly. Property tax, utilities, insurance, maintenance. The facility would actually cost you less on paper and provide more services. What happens to the extra money? I asked. The difference between $310,000 and what the facility costs. Brad glanced at Jennifer. Well, the smart move would be to put it in a trust. For the grandchildren's education, Jennifer and I would be co-trustees with you. That way it's managed responsibly. Managed by you, by all of us, as a family. Jennifer leaned forward. Dad, we're trying to help you. This house is too much. What if you fall? What if something happens and no one's here? I have a medical alert. I'm fine. You're 71. You're not fine. You're stubborn. Brad put his hand on Jennifer's arm. Gentle, calming. What she means is, we're worried. You've been alone since Linda passed. That's 4 years of managing everything solo. This would give you community, people around, safety. And my house would be sold, yes, to fund my grandchildren's college. Partially, Brad said, and to ensure you have quality care. It's a win-win. I looked at my daughter. She wasn't looking at me. She was looking at the spreadsheet, the numbers, the optimization. What if I say no? The room got quiet. Jennifer closed her laptop. Then we'd have to reconsider our arrangement. What arrangement? Our relationship, Dad. Brad and I can't keep worrying about you out here alone. Can't keep managing your finances, your bills, your emergencies. If you won't let us help you properly, we need boundaries. You don't manage my finances. Who do you think makes sure your utilities stay on? Who calls when you miss a payment? I never missed a payment in 50 years. And frankly, Jennifer continued, if you're going to be selfish about this, if you're going to prioritize keeping this house over your grandchildren's future, then maybe you shouldn't be around them. There it was. You're saying I don't see Emma and Lucas unless I give you my house. I'm saying we need to protect our family. Our kids don't need to be around someone who doesn't have their best interests at heart. Brad shifted. Uncomfortable. Jennifer, maybe we should... No, maybe we... He needs to hear this. Dad, you've had 4 years to figure out your life after Mom. 4 years of us helping you, supporting you, including you, and now we're asking for one thing, one signature, for your own good and for your grandchildren. If you can't do that, then I don't know what we're doing here. I stood up, went to the counter, picked up my phone, made a call. Harold, it's Thomas Brennan. Yeah, we're ready. Mm-hmm. They're here now, okay. I hung up. Jennifer was staring at me. Who was that? My attorney. Why are you calling your attorney? Because 3 days ago I had him draw up some documents. He's filing them this morning. Brad stood. What documents? I looked at my daughter. The trust revision. Everything I have, this house, my pension, my accounts, goes to Michael when I die. You're removed as beneficiary. Harold's filing it with the county recorder right now. Jennifer's face went white, then red. You're kidding. I also had him draft a cease and desist letter regarding your access to my finances. Effective immediately, you're removed from my accounts. No more calling my bank. No more speaking to my utility companies. No more managing anything of mine. You senile old... I took a cognitive evaluation on Tuesday. Dr. Morrison's office. Scored perfectly. Harold has a copy. So if you're thinking about claiming I'm incompetent, you should know that's documented. Brad was already walking to the door. Jennifer, we need to go. Like hell, Dad, you can't do this. Already done. Harold filed the papers electronically. I got the confirmation 20 minutes ago. I opened my phone, showed her the email. You're serious? You're actually cutting me out because I asked you to be reasonable? You gave me an ultimatum. Sign over my house or lose my grandkids, so I made a choice. This is insane. We were trying to help you. By taking my home and my money, yeah, I figured out what kind of help that was. She grabbed her laptop, her folder. Fine. You want to be alone? You want to die alone in this house? That's your choice. But don't expect us to come running when you fall down the stairs or forget to pay your electric bill. I won't. And don't expect to see Emma or Lucas, ever. I figured that part too. Brad had the front door open. Jennifer, now! She stormed out, didn't look back. The door slammed. I heard Brad's Mercedes start up, listened to it back out of my driveway, down the street, gone. Then I sat down at my kitchen table and let my hands shake. They stayed steady while Jennifer was here, while I made that call, while I showed her the email. But now they shook. I just lost my daughter, lost my grandchildren, lost the only family I had left besides Michael, who lived in Portland with his wife and 2 kids I saw once a year if I was lucky. But I still had my house, the house where Linda and I built our life. That had to count for something. The first text came an hour later. Dad, did you really remove me from your will? No, I'm sorry. No, let's talk about this. Just confirmation that what she cared about was the money. I didn't respond. Second text, 20 minutes later. This is ridiculous. Call me. Third text. You're having some kind of breakdown. We need to get you evaluated properly. Fourth text. I'm calling Dr. Morrison. I called Dr. Morrison first, explained the situation. He couldn't tell me if Jennifer called, but he confirmed that my records were sealed and he wouldn't discuss my care with anyone without my written consent. I didn't give consent. By evening, Jennifer had called 6 times. I let it go to voicemail. Dad, pick up. This is childish. You can't just cut me out of your life because you're mad. I'm your daughter. Brad says you're probably having a cognitive episode. That evaluation means nothing if you're in crisis. Fine. Don't answer. But the kids are asking about you. Emma made you a drawing. I guess she'll just throw it away. That one hurt, but I didn't call back. Saturday morning, my neighbor Carol knocked on my door. She had her phone in her hand. Thomas, are you on Facebook? No. Jennifer posted something. I think you should see it. She showed me. Jennifer's page. Public post. With a heavy heart, I'm asking for prayers for my father, Thomas. He's struggling with some concerning behavior since my mother passed. We've tried to help him, but he's refusing family support and pushing away the people who love him. If anyone has experience with elderly parents in denial about needing help, please share advice. I'm scared for him and heartbroken. 247 likes, 89 comments. Praying for you and your dad. So hard when they won't accept help. Stay strong. Have you looked into adult protective services? My mom went through this. Sometimes you have to take legal action for their own good. Carol was watching my face. Is that true? Are you struggling? I'm fine, Carol. Because if you need help, I'm fine. Jennifer's upset because I won't sign my house over to her. Carol's expression shifted. Oh. She wanted me to sell, give her the money, move into a facility. I said no. Oh. Different tone this time. Understanding. That's disappointing. Yeah. She squeezed my arm. You let me know if you need anything. I mean it. After she left, I called Harold again. She's posting on social media saying I'm incompetent. Harold sighed. Not surprising. Screenshot everything. Don't respond publicly. Don't engage. If she escalates, we'll send another letter. She's trying to turn people against me. Let her. Anyone who matters will see through it. And Thomas? Block her. Block her number, her social media, everything. You don't need to see what she's saying. He was right. But I couldn't do it. Some part of me kept hoping she'd call and apologize. Say she understood. Say she was sorry. That call never came. Sunday morning, my doorbell rang. Early. 7 a.m. I opened the door. Emma and Lucas stood there. Jennifer was behind them on the sidewalk. Brad in the car. Engine running. Hi, Grandpa, Emma said. She was holding a drawing, crayon flowers. I made this for you. My chest tightened. That's beautiful, sweetheart. Lucas hugged my leg. He was 6. Barely came up to my hip. Mommy says we can't come inside. I looked at Jennifer. She was holding her phone, recording. The kids wanted to see you, she said, loud enough for the phone to catch. We came all the way over here, but if you're going to be difficult, we'll leave. I'm not being difficult. Then invite us in. Let the kids spend time with their grandfather like a normal family. This was a setup. Whatever I said, however I reacted, she was recording it. If I invited them in, it was proof I needed supervision. See, he's fine with us. He just had a moment of confusion. If I didn't invite them in, I was the cruel grandfather rejecting his grandchildren. Emma was looking up at me, hopeful. I crouched down, took the drawing. Thank you, honey. I love it. Can we come in? Mommy said you have cookies. Not today, sweetheart. Grandpa's not feeling well. Her face fell. Lucas's lip trembled. Jennifer kept filming. You hear that, kids? Grandpa doesn't want to see you today. That's not what I said. Then what are you saying? Because it sounds like you're turning away your grandchildren. I stood up, looked directly at her phone. I'm saying you're using these kids as leverage and I won't be part of it. When you're ready to apologize and have an honest conversation, call me. Until then, stop showing up at my house. I stepped back inside, closed the door, heard Emma crying, Lucas asking why Grandpa was mad. I stood there with my hand on the doorknob, listening to my grandchildren cry on my front porch until I heard Brad's Mercedes pull away. Then I went to my bedroom and sat on the edge of the bed Linda died in and cried for the first time since her funeral. Monday, Jennifer called Adult Protective Services. I know because a social worker named Patricia showed up Tuesday afternoon. Clipboard. Kind smile. Professional sympathy. Mr. Brennan, I'm here because we received a report of concern about your welfare. From my daughter. I can't disclose the source. but I do need to ask you some questions and do a brief home inspection, if that's all right." I let her in, showed her around. Kitchen clean, bathroom clean, bedroom made, refrigerator stocked, mail organized on the counter, bills paid and filed. She asked about my health, my medications, my daily routine, whether I felt safe. "I'm fine," I said. "My daughter wants me to sell my house. I refused. This is retaliation." Patricia nodded, made notes. "Do you have family support? Friends who check on you?" "My neighbor Carol, my son Michael in Portland. I'm not isolated." "And you're managing your finances, medications, daily activities without difficulty?" "Yes." She asked a few more questions. Cognitive check, date, president, count backward from 100. Easy. "Mr. Brennan, I'm going to close this case. You're clearly competent and managing well. However, I do need to note that a report was made. If another comes in, we'll have to follow up again." "She'll call again?" "Perhaps. But unless there's evidence of actual danger or neglect, these investigations resolve quickly. You're obviously capable." After she left, I called Harold. "They sent APS. Did you pass?" She closed the case. "Good. Document it. If Jennifer tries again, it starts looking like harassment." "How far is she going to take this?" Harold was quiet for a moment. "As far as she thinks she needs to. You blocked her access to $250,000. People do ugly things for that kind of money." The next escalation came Thursday. My credit union called. Someone had tried to access my accounts. Claimed to be my daughter, power of attorney, needed to make an urgent transfer. The banker flagged it because I'd already removed Jennifer's access. But she'd tried. I called Harold. He sent another letter. Cease and desist. Harassment. Potential fraud. Next step is legal action. Jennifer responded through her own lawyer. A letter saying she was concerned about elder exploitation and had reason to believe I was being influenced by outside parties. Requested a court-ordered mental evaluation. Harold shut it down. Provided my recent cognitive test. Provided Patricia's report. Provided bank records showing no unusual activity. Jennifer's lawyer dropped it. But the damage was spreading. People at my church were looking at me differently. Whispers, concerned glances. Jennifer's Facebook post had made the rounds. Father Murphy pulled me aside after Mass. "Thomas, if you need help, if something's going on, I'm fine, Father. Family dispute. It'll pass. Jennifer's worried about you. Jennifer's worried about my house." His expression changed. Understanding, disappointment. "I'll pray for you both," he said. That was the last time I went to that church. 3 weeks passed. Quiet, no calls, no visits, no APS, no lawyers. I thought maybe she'd given up, moved on, accepted that I wasn't going to cave. Then Thanksgiving came. Michael called. "Dad, Jennifer reached out. Said you guys had a falling out. She wants to make peace." "Is that what she said?" "She said she pushed too hard about selling the house and she's sorry. Wants to do Thanksgiving together. Whole family." "She say anything else?" "Just that she misses you. The kids miss you. Can we do this? For Mom? That part hurt. Linda would have hated this. Would have made us sit down and work it out. Would have been heartbroken that her daughter and I weren't speaking. Where? I asked. Jennifer's place. Dinner at 3. I thought about it. Weighed it. Jennifer apologizing in front of Michael might be real, might be her way of backing down without losing face, or it was another setup. I'll come, I said, but I'm bringing Harold. Your lawyer? If she's serious about making peace, she won't mind a witness. Michael was quiet. That's kind of paranoid, Dad. Michael, she tried to steal my house, reported me to APS, and used your niece and nephew as leverage. I'm bringing Harold. Thanksgiving Day. Harold drove. We pulled up to Jennifer's house at 3 on the dot. Nice place. 2-story colonial. Big yard. Bought with my $85,000 down payment. Michael's car was there. His wife, Sarah, their 2 kids. Harold looked at me. You ready? No. Want to leave? No. We got out. I rang the doorbell. Brad answered, smiled, extended his hand. Tom, glad you came. He didn't acknowledge Harold. We walked in. The house smelled like turkey and stuffing, kids running around. Michael hugged me. Sarah kissed my cheek. Emma and Lucas saw me and ran over. Grandpa! I crouched down, hugged them both. God, I'd missed them. Jennifer came from the kitchen. Apron on, smile on. Dad, I'm so glad you're here. She hugged me. It felt rehearsed. This is Harold, I said. My attorney. He's joining us. The smile cracked, just for a second. Your attorney? I hope that's not a problem. Michael looked confused. Sarah looked uncomfortable. Brad's jaw tightened. Jennifer recovered. Of course not. The more the merrier. Harold, we'll set another place. Dinner was tense. Small talk. Michael trying to fill the silence. Sarah asking about everyone's week. The kids oblivious, happy. After we ate, after pie, Jennifer suggested the adults talk in the living room while the kids played upstairs. Here it comes. We sat. Michael and Sarah on the couch, Brad in the armchair, Jennifer standing, me and Harold by the fireplace. Dad, Jennifer started, I want to apologize. I pushed too hard. I made you feel like I didn't care about your feelings. And that was wrong. I waited. But I do think we need to talk about your future. Realistically. You're 71. This house is a lot, and I worry. We've had this conversation. I know. And I'm not asking you to sell. Not today. But I think we should work together on a plan for when the time comes. Because it will come, Dad. Eventually. Michael nodded. That's fair. She's not wrong. And I think, Jennifer continued, we should put some safeguards in place. A shared account for emergencies. Maybe a medical power of attorney so if something happens, someone can make decisions. You mean you can make decisions? I mean your family can help you. Harold spoke for the first time. Ms. Brennan, your father is competent, healthy, and managing his affairs independently. What you're describing isn't help, it's control. Jennifer's face flushed. This is a family conversation. I don't know why you're even here. I'm here because your father asked me to be. And I'm here to remind everyone that Thomas has rights, including the right to manage his own life without interference. Brad stood. I think we're getting off track. Nobody's trying to control anyone. We're trying to plan responsibly. By convincing him to give you power of attorney? Harold pulled out a folder. Interesting that you'd bring that up today, considering your lawyer filed a petition last week requesting guardianship. The room went silent. Michael looked at Jennifer. You filed for guardianship? We were exploring options, in case he became incompetent. He's not incompetent, Michael said. Not yet, but these things happen fast at his age. Harold opened the folder. You also opened a joint account at Pacific Bank 3 days ago. With your name and your father's name, deposited $50. Did you plan to tell him about that? Jennifer's face went white. I looked at her. You opened an account in my name? It was going to be a surprise. For emergencies. You forged my signature. I didn't forge anything. I have your personal information. I was setting something up to help you. Harold handed me a paper. Bank records. Account opened November 20th. My name, my social security number. Jennifer's signature as authorized representative. That's fraud, Harold said. Identity theft. We could press charges. Brad moved toward the door. I think this conversation is over. Not yet. Harold pulled out another document. This is a restraining order petition. We'll file it Monday unless Jennifer agrees to the following. Close the fraudulent account, drop the guardianship petition, cease all contact with Thomas's financial institutions, and stay at least 100 yards away from his property. Jennifer's voice shook. You're getting a restraining order against your own daughter? I looked at her, really looked at her, tried to find the little girl I'd raised, the one who used to bring me dandelions from the yard, who'd cried when I taught her to ride a bike because she was afraid I'd let go. She wasn't there. Just this woman who saw me as an asset to be managed. You tried to steal my house, I said quietly. You called APS. You turned my church against me. You used Emma and Lucas as weapons, and now I find out you committed fraud. I was trying to protect you. No. You were trying to get what you think you're owed. Michael stood. Jennifer, what the hell? Stay out of this, Michael. You don't understand. You're not the one who had to deal with him after Mom died. You're not the one who had to manage his bills and make sure he was okay. I never asked you to do that, I said. You didn't have to. I'm your daughter. That's what daughters do. What daughters do is visit, call, care, not forge bank accounts and file for guardianship. Sarah was crying. Michael looked sick. The kids' voices drifted down from upstairs, playing, laughing, unaware that their family was imploding. Jennifer grabbed her purse. Fine, you want to be alone? You want to cut me out? Do it. But don't come crawling back when you fall and can't get up. Don't call me when you can't remember how to pay your bills. You made your choice. You made it for me, I said. She walked to the door, stopped, turned back. You know what Mom would say? She'd say you're being selfish. She'd say family forgives. She'd say you're throwing away your daughter over pride. That one landed because part of me wondered if she was right. But then I thought about Linda, really thought about her. What she'd actually say if she knew everything Jennifer had done. Your mom would say that love doesn't come with a price tag, I said, and she'd be ashamed that you put one on yours." Jennifer's face crumpled. For just a second, I saw hurt, real hurt. Then it hardened again. "We're done," she said. She left. Brad followed without a word. The door closed. Michael sat down heavily. "Dad, what just happened?" I handed him the bank records, the guardianship petition. Explained everything. The house demand, the ultimatum, the $247,000 over 9 years. Sarah's hand went to her mouth. Michael's face cycled through shock, anger, disbelief. "I didn't know," he said. "Dad, I swear I didn't know." "I know. That money. Jesus. We struggled after Emma was born. Jennifer said you were helping them. I didn't realize. I thought maybe a few thousand here and there." "$250,000, Harold said, give or take." Michael looked at me. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because she's your sister. Because I didn't want to put you in the middle. Because I kept thinking she'd stop asking." We talked for another hour. Michael wanted to call Jennifer, confront her. I told him not to. "She made her choice," I said. "I made mine. It's done." Before we left, Emma came downstairs. "Is Mommy mad?" I picked her up, hugged her. "Grown-up stuff, sweetheart. Nothing for you to worry about." "Are you and Mommy fighting?" "Yeah, we are." "Are you going to make up?" I looked at her. Linda's eyes, Jennifer's nose, innocent, hopeful. "I don't know, honey." She hugged me tight. "I love you, Grandpa." "I love you too." That might have been the last time I held her. I don't know. Jennifer's made it clear that I'm not part of their lives anymore. But I still have my house, and I still have Michael. He calls twice a week now, visited last month, brought his kids. We're planning Christmas. Harold filed the restraining order Monday. Jennifer didn't contest it. The guardianship petition was withdrawn, the bank account closed. She sent one final text. "I hope you're happy." I'm not happy. I'm 71 years old, widower, estranged from my daughter and grandkids. My house is quiet. Too quiet sometimes. But I'm not for sale, and I'm not a retirement plan. Linda and I built this life with our hands. Our work, our love. 43 years in this house. Every room has a memory. Every corner has a story. Jennifer wanted to turn those stories into equity, optimize them into a spreadsheet, liquidate them for tuition. I couldn't let her, even if it cost me everything else. Some things aren't for sale, even to family, especially to family. That's what I learned. That's what this cost me to learn. My daughter's gone. But my home, my real home, the one Linda and I made, is still mine. And some days, that has to be enough. If you like this story, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions in the comments. To listen to more stories, click on the window on the right. Thank you for being with us.